Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is Friday the 26th. This is our weekly recap. So what a week. When we look at the markets overall this week, I had a horrible week. I'll be the first to tell you that, but not a bad week, right? We were hanging down here, couldn't get going, woke up, pushed to a high, pulled down, and now here we are Friday afternoon at a new all-time high in the markets on the SPY at 302.02 and everything feeling good. And look at the volume today. We talked about this for my subscribers this morning. Fridays and the markets in the summer are death. 21 million shares with a little over an hour to go here until the close. Not much going on. All right. Markets feel fine. We have the Fed next Wednesday. That is the next big catalyst, is the Fed. When we talk about flow this week, the one thing that stands out is all the call buying in the IWM. And when you look at the IWM, you can see why. There's huge buying here on Wednesday. Talked about not chasing that, buying on the dip, right? The dip today was to buy, and here it is. If it breaks above this area, it runs. Why are they buying small caps? They're buying small caps in anticipation of a Fed rate cut. If the Fed cuts rates, the thinking is it really benefits the small caps and they can run. So they're just looking for a catch-up play. The small caps have been lagging now, right? When you look at this market, all-time high was 173 way back last August. Look at this. We've never recovered, right? Never recovered, but looks like it's trying here. One of the reasons the small caps are so strong, it's been the fins, right? The fins have been strong all week. Again, another sector where we talk about that's lagged and lagged and lagged. Why are the fins strong here? I don't know. They've been buying the fins up. But again, still hasn't gotten back, trying to play catch up. Again, if the Fed's cuts, though, this is not good for the banks. So I can't imagine this is going to hold. So let's talk about this week. Things to do, what happened, what went on here. It was a huge earnings week. 25% of the S&P reported this week. And, flow was kind of a weird week all over the place. There were things to do, but most of it was post earnings and looking for stuff like that. That said, they did play with a lot of the recent IPOs this week. Crowd provided a nice trade for us. Okay, we got a nice trade on this one yesterday, and so I gave him some follow through, acting well today. Talked about Zoom last night. There was a sneaky call buyer in weekly 106 calls, and it woke up this morning, cleared 100, and took off with volume. See, the volume came in. So there were things to do outside of that. That was strong today. Work gave us a trade early this week on this day. Woke up, pushed, but couldn't break through the 21-day. September 40 calls have been active in this name. Flagging here on the 8-day. Low volume. See if it can go. It has to break the 21-day. Notice I have here. What do I have? I have a little marker there. Tell me when it's getting there, when it does it. Work is a name that should be in focus as we're heading towards earnings. Some other flow. Coke. Big flow into, I think, these October 55 calls after earnings. Popped, pulled back. This looks great. This looks like this could run higher. Right? Another name that was good. CMG. Another big name here lately running. Nice move on earnings. Consolidating here, not quite ready to go. 789 is the high. 800 would be the next target there. So lots of interesting stuff out there. From perspective of today, Google, that huge earnings beat, gave a nice trade on the open, and then Trump tweeted against it, and it held back, and it's basically been dead since then. Apple today also tried to take off. Trump came out on a tweet against them, pulled back, couldn't go. They have earnings next week. We look at some other names in the markets here. Facebook, earnings were not bad. It wasn't great, not enough. Department of Justice thing got whacked. Pulled today back up here a little bit. We'll keep an eye on this one, holding in here. Maybe this one comes back to life next week. Same thing with Amazon. Earnings weren't good, but at the end of the day, this thing should have been down a lot more, and it's not. And that shows me that they don't want to let this go. So nice names like that. Another name that was good today was Twitter. Twitter was good this day, right? Woke up, big earnings, nice move, all the way up here, filled the gap. Now this is the next area to get above. We'll see what Twitter does. Twitter has a history of pulling in before it goes, so we'll keep an eye on that one here. I'm out of it at this point, except for my long-term calls in that name. Square, we talked about this week. Earnings next week. Woke up. Wake up day. Doji, continuation. Here it is, back to the range high. Earnings are on the 8th. The 1st, coming up next week. So lots to do here. Roku, names that are giving a lot of us fits this week. Going sideways, chewing up, woke up, here it is now, back above this area. Close over 110 would be very bullish for this thing for a takeout of the high and possible move up to 115. We got 2 weeks to go in earnings in that one. So lots of good stuff going on in this market. TTD, a couple of you people caught it. I didn't catch it. Caught a late trade on this. Woke up on news. Look at this thing all the way to 275. It had been strong all day, but when you look at this, say, wow, look at this move. Boom, this explosion. News that it's doing a deal with Amazon. Up it goes, right? Big move. Somebody calls on this the weekly 270, 250s from 110 to 310 in 2 minutes. Beautiful trade. Nice job. So a lot of good stuff going on out there. That was posted off the news. I posted on my flow, on my feed. For me this week trading, I got my butt kicked. I got myself out of sync. I did some chasing, did some bad stuff, and I got myself into a massive hole that I slowly dug my way out of. I made some money on BYND here with 200 shares, made a nice trade on Crowd, okay, in common. Got in and out of that one, sorry, a couple times, and with calls as well, right? So made money in there. Oops, trying to go back. Okay, and then I chased SYMC before I saw the news. Got bad in there, got hit for 400 bucks. Had a nice $700 trade on Roku, kept 300 shares, which I had which I sold today, and I got out for a very small gain after holding it for weeks. Made a nice trade on Work on that move, and then I got very not smart in here, and I had a couple really bad trades that I had to hold through and take the hits. So first of all, I took BYND at 208.38. I chased it, yanked, and I sold at 200. I lost, I had 300 shares, $2,500 loss. That hurt. Then I grabbed Nugget when it broke out and it pulled, and I sold that yesterday morning pre-market for about $1,000 loss. The good news is, after sitting there, and when you have something like this happens, you get your head back in the game. I came in, I grabbed BMY yesterday morning, made quick 300, then came in on Crowd, had another $500 trade on Crowd, got into Twitter Common today. You can see that was a nice 600, then made another 500 on the options here plus. And, so all in all, I battled back, and I'm slightly red on the week, the first time I've done that in a while. But overall, I got back most of what I had gotten myself into that hole on. And that's sometimes that's all that really matters. And it's getting your head right. When something goes wrong, get back into it. If we do this for a living, keep your head about you. And, I'm transparent. You're going to, when I win and when I lose. And, that's why I tell you, I've had a rough week. I spent Wednesday getting my head back together, deciding what I want to do, and now here we are. Anyway, if you like what I do, smartoptiontrading.com come in, pay me a visit, real-time option flow. If you want, try me out for $25 for 30 days, cancel anytime. You get all my flow, my videos, the morning video, the nightly video like this, and we do a mentoring on every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, where we go over different types of questions you have and setups and what we do. I hope everybody had a good week trading. I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Charts on Sunday. Catch you next week.